Good morning, students. Welcome to the English class of class 7. Today we are starting the second part of the nouns chapter which we have done the previous day. So in the previous day we have done actually with the kinds of nouns. We learnt about the examples of nouns, and most of you, while know the definition of a noun. So what is the definition of a noun that you all know? It is a naming word, or a noun is the name of any person, animal, place or a thing. And previous day we have learnt about proper noun, common noun, material noun, collective noun, abstract noun. So we have done with the definitions of these nouns the previous day. But there were other types of nouns that were not done, such as the countable nouns and the uncountable nouns. So what are countable nouns and what are uncountable nouns? By the definition of the nouns, it is very clear that the nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns, so generally common nouns which we have done actually the previous class are usually countable nouns. Example, if we see the example, then we can say books, boys, bottles, houses, etc. These are the countable nouns. So if these are the examples of countable nouns, means basically which we can count, then what are uncountable nouns? So the uncountable nouns are the nouns which cannot be counted. The nouns which cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. Generally material nouns that we did, materials noun, what we learned, the materials nouns are the names of materials or substances used as ingredients for making things. So material nouns are uncountable nouns. Example, if we say, then we are learning that material nouns means the materials that are being made, like for example gold. Gold cannot be counted, it can be measured. Iron, iron can be weighed, cannot be counted. Sugar, sugar can also be weighed but not counted. Salt, same with salt, you cannot count salt 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Similarly liquid, you cannot count a liquid, you can measure the liquid. So these are the uncountable nouns. So the basic difference between the countable nouns and uncountable nouns goes like this, that the nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns and the nouns which cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. So there are many types of nouns which are Uncountable like material nouns, like the abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are also uncountable nouns. Okay, we can write abstract nouns are also uncountable nouns. So, we need to now learn, apart from this countable and uncountable nouns, previous class we have learnt about the collective nouns and abstract nouns, and in the previous class I have told you that I will actually discuss in details about this collective nouns and abstract nouns. So, what are collective nouns basically? So, the collective nouns are, so let us once again look at the definition of a collective noun so that we can understand the collective noun in proper way. So, the previous class we have learned that collective nouns means nouns that name a group or a class of similar things or persons taken together and spoken of as one whole. Example, I told that army, mob. Okay, in a sentence, so if we say the police dispersed the mob, I told you that mob, police dispersed the mob, this mob becomes the collective noun. So, there are more examples of collective nouns, okay, like this. For example, we can say a herd of buffaloes. Then we can also say a pack of cards, a suite of rooms. We can say a team of players. We can say a school of fish. We can say a swarm of bees, a crew of sailors. We can say a bouquet of flowers. Then we can say the definition as mob we have done. So, a mob of people, okay, a flock of sheep, a bunch of bananas. So, there are more of list of this which you will also find in the book in page number 15. If you open the page number 15, you will see that a lot of these collective nouns are actually provided. Okay. So, a lot of collective nouns are provided in your book. So you will be able to learn from this. So my request will be that you should remember all these 30. Okay, collective nouns apart from the ones that I did. So collective nouns are also, next part you see, used for groups of people. Okay. So a group of people watching a match, we call them a spectator. Okay. A group of people at a religious meeting, we call them a congregation. A group of people listening to a concert or lecture, we call them audience. A group of people gathering for a specific common purpose, we call them assembly. A group of people gathered without any particular purpose, we call them crowd. A group of people gathered for destructive purpose, we call them mob. A group of savage people, we call them horde. So these are the various collective nouns, and in collective nouns your job will be, apart from the definition, to memorize the various kinds of collective nouns. Now let us come to the abstract noun, which is in the next page of 16 in your book. So in page number 16 of your book, there are these abstract nouns, means basically the formation of the abstract noun. So when we learnt abstract nouns, we said that abstract nouns refer to the things that cannot be seen or touched, such as a quality, an idea or a concept. So in your book, formation of abstract noun is given. So abstract nouns can be formed from adjectives, common nouns and verbs. So those derived from adjectives and common nouns signifying qualities or characters are called attributive nouns. Examples: excellence from excellent, eminence from eminent. So abstract nouns which are derived from verbs, they are also called as verbal nouns. For example, protection from protect, decision from decide. So the attributive or verbal nouns are formed by adding suffixes such as ness, dom, hood, like this. Okay, Asian, AC, age. However, in certain cases, when a suffix or word as to a root word, the spelling is slightly altered from the derived word. Means basically what it is saying is that the abstract nouns are formed by adding some suffix with the root word, and then the abstract nouns are formed. For example, if we see, okay, for example, just a second. Yes, in case of abstract nouns, we can say that abstract nouns are formed by brave plus ry, then it forms as bravery. So brave plus ry is added and this spelling becomes bravery. Then if we say lonely plus ness, then it becomes loneliness. So basically by adding some suffix, okay, abstract nouns, we can say abstract nouns can be formed by adding syllables like ry, NESS, ship, and so on at the end of the original words. So this is how the abstract nouns are formed. So if you look at your book, then you will see there is a chart where suffixes and the root words are provided, like private is there for privacy, decence is there for decency, okay. Age is the suffix, break, then it becomes breakage. So like this many words are given. And another important thing is that it is also written that at times an abstract noun is formed by altering few letters of a verb. So the verb becomes advice, advice. So the spelling is changed, just the letters are changed. Choose, choice, feed, food, practice, practice, proof, proof, like this, strike, stroke. So this is how the abstract nouns are formed. So in today's class we have learnt about the abstract nouns. We have also learnt about the formation of the various types of collective nouns. We have also learnt about the countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So these are the things that we have learnt, and in the previous class we have done the various types of nouns which are proper, common, collective, abstract and material nouns, and we have also learned the definition of the noun, which is the name of any person, animal, place, thing and emotion or ideas. So this is all about the two classes that we did in these two classes. So we have completed these nouns, okay. So thank you students. Our class ends here.